I'm so annoyed with myself because, like, literally, I've done this video like 3 times now, and I can't get it right. Like, I want to say something, but then something happens and I get distracted and I can't say what the fuck I'm gonna say, and then I get annoyed. So I end the video and then I delete the video and then I start again, and like it's a process. um. God, I wish I could edit my videos because, like, literally, like, I could, like, process it better, you know? But, like, I don't have editing materials, so, like, I can't edit my fucking videos, which is really annoying. And I know how to edit, I just can't edit because I don't have the editing tools that I want. Like, I kind of wish I had an iPhone because, like, iPhones you can edit on and, like, it's free, but, like, with my phone, since I have a Samsung, they don't have an editing app that actually works. It doesn't just trim the fucking video, and like, it's annoying. But whatever, I guess. I guess like once I start working and I actually get an income, like I can actually afford to edit, but I can't. So, right, just sticking with me, like deleting videos that don't make any sense and starting over again and make another video and like just. Okay, so basically, I want to talk about my future, which I know, like I always complain about talking about my future because I feel like it's not important, but it is important, and I think about it a lot. I just don't talk about it a lot because, excuse me, I feel like, talking about it, like, just, like, makes it, like, become, like, a hope, and I hate disappointing myself, so, like, I don't want to do that. So, but I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've been thinking about, like, what I want to do and stuff, and I know I've talked about it before, but I want to be an editor, like a book editor, and there's, like, dried skin on my nose. I don't understand. Okay. Okay. That apparently is what happens when you don't shower for however many fucking days I haven't showered. I don't know. But yeah, I want to be a book editor, and I've been talking about it for a while now. And like, I don't know, recently I've been kind of like unsure about it because a lot of other people's input, most of the time unnecessary and unwanted, have been telling me that no, being a book editor is not the best job because it doesn't make much money and it's difficult and it's like a struggle and blah blah blah, all this stuff. And I don't know, like I just kind of like I'm fed up with it and have kind of like it's like hit the confidence of like my dream, and like it fits me so well, and it like frustrates me that no one else has faith in my dream the way that I do, and everyone wants to shut it down so quickly just because it doesn't fit the whole like typical like parental like whole like this is what's gonna make you happy, this is what's actually gonna be good for you, I think I know what's good for you, and they what everyone thinks is good for you is usually something that makes you a lot of money, and something that like yeah, just something that makes a lot of money usually, and this does not make a lot of money, and it's kind of a difficult job. So they don't want that for me, and I'm just kind of like, I don't give a shit if it makes me money, I just give a shit that it makes me happy. Like, why can't you care about the same thing? Like, and they think it's kind of just like a fad or like just like a fling or whatever, which granted I have liked a lot of different jobs that don't fit me at all and been adamant about getting them because like thought they would fit me perfectly. Well, not perfectly, like none of them I felt like would really fit me. I just thought that they would be interesting to try, and I think that's what they think this is, and they think that they should redirect me to something that's going to be better for me because it's like gonna make me better money and like gonna make me happy or whatever, because like it's gonna be easier. And I'm just kind of like, I don't care about easy, I just care about doing something that's gonna make me genuinely happy. And like this is something that's like I can tell is like makes me genuinely happy. Like I've always loved writing and I've always loved helping people, but like I've never really wanted to help people in like the traditional sense, like the whole like I'm a nurse or I'm a teacher or I don't know what other like extreme like ways to help other people are, but like I've never really been one of those people. I've always kind of like liked helping people in like abstract ways, like it doesn't really make sense. Like I've kind of been like one of those people who like gives people their own space to do whatever they need to do, but silently supports them and pushes them when they actually need the push. And like I feel like editors have to do the same thing because they don't you can't force anything with an author. Like they have to make it up themselves. They have to like create their own story. And you have to give them time and space for that. But then you also like have to push them a little bit and give them like support, emotional support or like just friendly support and professional support and pushing them a little bit like subtly to like get them like going and stuff. And like I think like I would be good at that because I already kind of do that with like friends because I've never been that one person who's like the shoulder to cry on and like feeds you lies and is all like, or feeds you sugar coated shit and is all like, yeah, like you're amazing, blah blah blah. Like I'm kind of just been like, yeah, like you fucked up, like, but like we can fix it. Like I'm gonna help you fix it, but like I'm not like, I don't know. I've never really been much of a like touchy-feely person. Ironic considering I'm actually incredibly sensitive. Which sucks. Like I try and fight my sensitivity every tooth and nail because like I just hate it. Like I hate being sensitive. Like it's stupid. But anyways, on to this conversation because I keep getting distracted, or I got distracted so many times in my other videos. Sorry, don't mind popcorn. He's been moving a lot of his like rocks a lot at the time. I don't know why though. Maybe, I don't know. Hold on. I just fed him some food, so hopefully that'll hold him off for a while. Yeah. Oh, and I grabbed some chips for myself too, because like I was hungry. Yeah, also it's like really irritating because like my uncle, he's very vague with his like little answers because like we were talking there yesterday and I thought he was coming over for dinner, and so I postponed like making dinner with my grandma, and then it turned out that he wasn't coming over for dinner, and I was like, oh shit. And then but he didn't tell me that, and I was like, and I literally had to call him, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he was like, I'm not coming. And I was like, oh, thanks for telling me that. And he's like, I did tell you that. I was like, what, when? And he told me what he said, and I was like, you're extremely vague, and I thought you were talking about something else. And he was like, oh, well, no, I was talking about this. And I was like, okay, like, thanks for telling me. Like, and then yesterday he said that he would probably come over today. Keyword saying probably. So, like, he might not be coming over today, but he hasn't called me and told me that he's definitely not coming or he's coming over today. So I don't know. So like it's like 7 something, and like I don't know if we should start making dinner or if we should wait for him. Like like it's just annoying. But on to what I was talking about, because I want to be an editor because like I don't know. I just really like helping people in like that kind of way. And then I also really love writing. I've talked about it a lot. Like I love writing. I've also talked about how I like unconsciously, like when I'm reading a book, like I would make like subtle changes mentally in my brain. Like I would change this word, or like I would do this. And again, it's just like already like mentally like edit books that I already read. And then like I don't know. It just feels like a job that could like fit me. Also, like, I swear, like, my nose is peeling because I haven't taken a shower in, like, a week. And, like, because it's summer, like, my skin dries. My skin is dry all the time, but I feel like my skin dries, like, more during the summer for some reason. I'm like, it just peels. And, like, that's what my nose is doing right now, and it's just really annoying, and I hate it so much, and it's gross, and like I feel like a fucking lizard. Okay, I need to take a shower after this, and then I'm gonna probably make dinner because like I don't know. like, just, anyways, so yeah, I just want to be an editor, but like I'm kind of irritated because like everyone else in my family keeps telling me that like no, you shouldn't be an editor, like it's not a good idea, and so it's kind of like making me lose my confidence and like doubt like it, even though I don't want to doubt it, because like it's something that I've like, it just fits, like it really like, I don't know, like it just kind of fits my personality, and like how like I picture myself. Plus, I've already edited books before. Like, I had this friend freshman year, and she was writing a book, and it was not the greatest book. And so I was like, she was like, I remember we were talking, and we both like writing at the time, and at the time I had no idea that I like liked editing stories. I just knew that I liked writing stories, and I also liked like changing other people's stories because like I thought that it would fit me better or whatever. I had no idea that that was like considered editing, and like that I kind of wanted to be an editor. And then she was talking to me about like our share for writing, and she's like, I'm writing this story, and I was like, that's great. And she's like, do you want to read it? And I was like, yeah. And then I was starting to read it, and I was telling her like unconsciously, like I didn't even realize I was doing it, but I was kind of like already critiquing her work and like editing, and I was like, yeah, like this is pretty good, but I would change this and this. And she was like, oh my god, like do you want to be my editor? Like you kind of already are acting like one. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was telling me what an editor was. I was like, oh my god, that sounds cool. And then so we did it, and we read like she wrote like about like 5, like I don't know, I think we got to like 6 chapters where she was writing and I was editing and I was changing words and stuff, and it was actually really fun, and I like adored it like so much. Like it was so much fun, and I loved how she would give me something and it was kind of like a rough draft, and then I would edit it, and it was like so much better, and it fit, and it was just like such a great like system that we had, and it was like a partnership. And I loved how happy she was every time I edited it, because she was like, oh my god, you like read my mind, like I said this but I really meant this, and I was trying to express that but I didn't really know how to word it correctly, but then you fixed it and you worded it perfectly, and it's so great, and it's like so smooth now. And she was like always so happy every time she finished a page or a chapter, and she would give it to me and I would edit and then give it back to her, and she was like always so happy about it. And it was such like a great like system that we had going for us, and it was like I just like felt like so like happy, and like I had a purpose, and like it was like so like it was amazing. And then she she accidentally deleted the entire book, which originally I was beyond pissed at her. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, do you like, we were working on it for like weeks, and she accidentally deleted the entire book. And I was just like, cause she had like we had like, she had a system, like she had different folders for like the stories. So like she had the rough draft in one folder, and then she had like the new edited draft in another folder. And then she was deleting her rough draft because she felt like she didn't need it anymore. And then she accidentally deleted the edited version too. Like she deleted both of the versions. So we couldn't even take the unedited version and edit it again. And so I was like, are you kidding me? And she was like, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my god. And like my nose, it's really annoying. Oh my god, hold on. We're just gonna ignore it. Just ignore my dead skin, okay? Calm down, okay? It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. But anyways, like I felt really, really happy, and like had a purpose, and like it was like really like fun, and like just really gratifying to do that with her. And it like made me realize that like this is something that I would actually like really want to do, and it's like really fun, and I really actually really love it, and it felt like I finally like fit in somewhere and was actually like needed. Because I've always kind of felt like out of place. This is gonna sound so cheesy, but like I've always been kind of like the weirdo. Like no one really like wants to be my friend. Like a lot of my friends that I've made growing up have been because like we were partnered in a group or something, and they were kind of forced to befriend me, and then they actually like ended up getting to know me and actually ended up liking me, and then that's how we became friends. But the majority of my life, no one has ever really like sought me as a friend. They've kind of just been like, oh, she's like the little shy kid, she's like a wallflower, like she's boring, she's not entertaining, like she's weird. And or they would get shocked because like I have like kind of a strong personality once you get to know me, and then so they think I'm like this shy like little girl, and then once they get to know me they find out that I'm actually like not that shy, and like I have a weird thing, and they're kind of like, oh my god, like she's weird, like I don't want to like talk with her anymore. And so like they don't, and then it's kind of like oh no, it kind of like hurts. And so like, and on top of that, like I used to get bullied a little bit too as a kid. I mean, it never was that extreme because I moved a lot, so like it never really got like to the point where like I was like crying in the bathroom all the time and like it was bad. Like it wasn't like traditional bullying because I moved around all the time, so like people like usually only bullied me because I was like the easy nameless target. Um, because I moved around a lot. Like I was usually really quiet and shy, never really spoke up a lot, and like they thought I was an easy nameless target, like that no one really noticed or cared about, so they wouldn't speak up for me. And they were right, but like at the same time, like they couldn't cause any actual true damage because like I moved around too much for them to actually cause damage. So it wasn't like emotionally scarring as much as like people would think it was. But I don't know. It got easier as I got older though because like bullying became more prohibited, so like a lot of people like paid more attention, and so like bullying wasn't like it wasn't a thing anymore. So like it got better as I got older. So like yeah. And then as I got older, like my mom ended up staying in places longer, so I ended up actually making more friends, and like it just ended up like it was not that, like, I don't know. But anyways, I've kind of always like felt like a little bit different and like out of place, and like I've always really loved reading and like writing and stuff, and not a lot of kids do. Like a lot of people complain about that, like they, especially when I was younger, like a lot of kids hated reading, and my perfect pastime to me or having fun to me was just like sitting in somewhere really quiet and comfortable and reading, and like none of the other kids like thought that. They thought that was weird. I remember in kindergarten there was like this little corner with like beanbag chairs, and I would sit there all the time, and I would always be reading there, and then all the other kids, they were playing kitchen, or they were playing like family. Like I remember a lot of times like playing family was like a big thing, like the mommy and the daddy and then the kids and then blah blah blah. Or like people would pretend to be animals as well, or they would go and play on the playground, monkey bars, or they would like play with the teacher's hair. I don't know, like they just did a lot of like kiddie stuff, and I was always like the loner who was really quiet and shy that no one really wanted to talk to because like I was kind of weird. And then I also really liked reading, so I would just kind of like sit on the beanbag chairs and just read all the time. Like it was weird. Like I don't know. And plus like also my sexuality had like a part in where I always felt different as well. I don't know, and this is like the first time that I was actually like respected and like appreciated by someone, like, and like I felt like I actually had a purpose and I was like doing something good for once, and like I don't know, like it was just nice. And it just, no, I don't know, it just like fit. It just like fits my personality, and like America. Okay. And then, so, like, yeah, I don't know. Just, like, it just fits me really well. But, like, no one else in my family understands that, because no one else in my family is a writer. Like, my dad hates spelling, writing, anything to do with that. My uncle's pretty much the same way. My mom is a pretty good speller, but she's not really good creatively. Like, she's never really been that creative a person. So she doesn't really like writing. Like she does it because she needs to, and she's okay at it, but she's not very like passionate about it like I am. I'm like the only person in my family who actually enjoys writing and like does it often. And so they don't really get like the niche of it. Like they don't really understand like what it feels like, the happiness of writing, and then they don't really like get the whole thing, and they don't like understand like what it feels like to like create something. And like, so it's like really difficult to explain to them. I said it before in one of my other earlier videos where I had to delete it. Me explaining what writing is to me is kind of like explaining colors to a blind person. Like, it's not impossible, it's just really difficult, and they will never fully grasp it because they'll never be able to understand it because they just can't see it. Like they can't feel it. I I don't know if that's offensive to blind people or not. Like, I don't mean to be offensive. Like, it's just the thing that I was trying to, like, explain. Because, like, it's not, like, you can't, like, it's just not, like, something that you can do fully. And, like, it's just really frustrating, and they always, like, want to change it. Anytime I talk about it, they're kind of, like, awkward and, like, silent, and are like, she's gonna change her mind. And I'm just kind of like, no, I'm fucking not. Like, you guys try and change my mind, but, like, it's probably not gonna work, because this is the one thing that I'm pretty sure about that's not gonna change, and it's something that's just fits me, you know? I don't really care how difficult it is. I don't really care how little money I'm gonna make. Like, it's something that's gonna make me happy. So why can't you guys just be happy about that and support me? Like, instead of, like, wanting me to join the military or wanting me to make a lot of money, like, just appreciate that I want to do this. And, like, you don't have to support me with money or anything. Like, I'm not asking you for money. I'm asking you for, like, faith and support in what I fucking want to do. Like, and the fact is, I'm not the only one who has to deal with this shit. Like, everyone has to deal with this. Like, where their parents, like, pressure them into becoming a doctor or, like, a nurse or something medical, because that's, like, dead given, like a for sure success, and, like, you make money and, like, blah blah blah, and, like, it's so stupid. Like, I mean, I get it, your parents, like, mean the best for you and, like, want the best for you, whatever, but, like, what they imagine is the best for you and what is actually the best for you, and, like, what's good for you and what you know is good for you are not the same thing. Like, they may know you pretty well, and they may love you, but they don't know what's best for you because they aren't you, okay? They don't know your fucking future because they aren't you. You don't even know your fucking future. Like, no one knows your future. So, like, quit trying to direct it in your way. Like, it's not your future, it's mine. Like, calm down. Like, I don't know. Okay. Onto the whole military thing, too, with my dad, because my dad's, like, really pushing me for going into the military, which I've actually given it a decent amount of thought, but, like, I still don't know if I really want to do it. Like, I might join Coast Guard. Might. But, like, it's still, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And then, on the other hand, like, my mom really doesn't want me to join the military, and my dad really wants me to join the military, so, like, I'm dealing with two parents who I equally love, and they're both, it's like I'm like, playing tug-of-war with them, and, like, they're both pulling me in different directions and wanting different things from me, and I'm just kind of like, it's irritating. Yeah. But I have a feeling that once I come out to my dad, he's probably not going to want to have anything to do with me, for at least a little bit, and he's probably not going to want to pressure me into going into the military, because the military, most of them are pretty homophobic, so he's probably still not going to want to pressure me into it, because, like, probably, if he ends up forgiving me or whatever, or, like, understanding, highly doubt that's going to happen anytime soon, he'd probably be afraid or something. I don't know, like, just, yeah. And that's another reason that I don't really want to go into the military, because, like, I mean, you don't have to come onto the military, but, like, it's also, like, I'm not a good liar, and I don't like lying, so, like, if they ask me, I'd probably tell them the truth, and, like, I don't, like, what would happen if that came out? Like, what, like, would I be okay? Like, you know? Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Anyways, I got everything across, finally. Like, it took forever, and this video is super long and, like, ridiculous, but, like, I finally got everything that I wanted to get across, because the last two videos were failures, because I kept getting distracted and ranting about that for, like, 10 minutes, and then only having 10 more minutes, or 15 more minutes to talk about what I actually really wanted to talk about, and so I didn't have enough time, and I got irritated, so I deleted both of them, and then started over, and this time I actually got everything across, so, finally. Okay, goodbye.